Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on, well, the Flash Season 5, but as well as the, well, not all the Arrowverse shows, but Flash Season 5, Supergirl, and Arrow. And we are going to be talking about some crossover stuff, obviously, which was, unexpected, but also expected at the same time. So, we're only about, 7 weeks roughly away from the shows coming back, and they would be starting to film the crossover, maybe just before the shows come back, if not, right on when the shows come back. So we were expecting to get some sort of crossover details coming up, whether it be first look at Batwoman or just basically what we got today. And essentially what we got today were the dates for the crossover, which we already roughly knew when it was going to be. It was going to be in some part of December, like early December before the shows go on break, so we knew it was going to be then. But we have confirmation of when it starts, when it ends, and who kicks it all off. So the crossover will start on Sunday, December 9th, so on a Sunday, and you might be getting the gist of what's happening here. So it's starting on a Sunday, which is a bit strange to begin with. So Sunday, December 9th, it will start, then it will end on Tuesday, December 11th. So the 9th to the 11th, that's a crossover. 3 episodes, 3 nights, that's how it's playing out. Obviously, last season, we had it 2 nights with 2 episodes on each night, which was okay, it was shorter, but it wasn't too much of an event, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's better when it's over more nights. But there is a change up. So this season, Supergirl is on Sunday, Arrow is on Monday with Legends as well, and then Flash is on Tuesday with Black Lightning. But I changed it up a bit, so we'll be starting on Sunday, the December 9th on the Flash. So the Flash is moving to Sunday night just for this 1 week, and it's going to be kicking it all off. And then we're going to have Arrow on its normal nights of Monday, and then Supergirl will be finishing it off on Tuesday. So essentially, the Flash and Supergirl have swapped spots. So Supergirl's usually there on a Sunday, Flash is usually there on a Tuesday. They've just swapped spots. And what this essentially confirms to me, at least, is that Batwoman is on Earth-1. Because I think if they were going to set up that Batwoman was on Earth-38, and it was Supergirl's job to, bring over Flash and Arrow or Green Arrow and stuff and help with what's going over there, then they would have started on the crossover on Supergirl, like they've done last season, I guess the season before, even though that wasn't really part of the crossover, and then introduce Batwoman that way and stuff like that. But the fact that the Flash is kicking it off, you'd have to think that this means that Batwoman is definitely on Earth-1, this confirms. And obviously it's not 100% confirmation, hashtag confirmed and stuff. You have to think this, for the most part, confirms it just based on how the crossover is being set up. And also, I think this is actually a smart move to move Flash, because Flash is the most viewed show. I think it's very smart to move it to that Sunday, just to kick off the crossover right and give it a bit more views, because I think they've had issues with kicking it off with Supergirl, just because, some people don't even like the idea of Supergirl being in the Arrowverse just because it's confusing, or they just don't like how the show's done. So kicking it off with the Flash, where, basically everyone who watches DC TV watches the Flash, kicking it off with that show I think is just a smarter choice. And also just the fact that it's the most viewed show actually definitely helps it. Now, there has been some confusion around basically when these episodes are. So it was confirmed that the Flash 100th episode will be episode 8, but that won't be part of the crossover. So the crossover for the Flash was going to be episode 9, and this led many people to believe that, okay, well, it's just Flash that has episode 9 for the crossovers, and Supergirl and Arrow will both be their episode 8s. But with this date of, at least with Arrow being on December 10th and Supergirl being on December 11th, I can't see them having another episode after this. This would 100% be their episode 9 as well. So what it looks like it's going to be is that all the shows are going to go from 1 through to 8. It's going to be their normal shows. Episode 8 is going to be their mid-season finales. And then all of their episode 9s, or at least Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl, their episode 9s are just going to be the crossover episode, and they're just going to be almost standalone, where they might not necessarily have to flow with the rest of their seasons and what they've done beforehand. So they really could do something where, maybe what's happening with Arrow maybe might not make sense in episode 9 just because it's meant to be, just an event and really, just centralized on this event. Obviously, you do see the Batwoman stuff in the background. This is the same shot, basically, that they showed us at, or whatever that conference, if you want to call it, or panel sort of was, where they first announced that Batwoman would be in the crossover. This is basically the same shot, apart from the fact that the Flash has his new suit on in this shot. Now, you actually get a better look at the helmets in the shot. So I wasn't expecting to... When I saw this, I was like, okay, sweet, we'll talk about the dates and all the things like that. But then I looked at the suit and I was like, oh, okay, he's got the new suit on. They basically show what I think they're going to do a lot of the time with the electricity going over his body, as I've said in some previous videos, because it is very red and there's not a lot of gold going on in regards to just the seams and stuff all over his chest and legs and stuff, that they would add some CGI lighting where it might flow over his body a lot of the time, similar to maybe how Zoom did it back in season 2. But as you can see here, the rest of the suit part looks fine. I think it looks really, really cool. I haven't seen a lot of people complaining about the helmet bit, and I still think it looks a bit thick. I think it's just maybe a bit too thick, but once again, I prefer seeing stuff in like motion and stuff like that, just seeing like what it looks like when it's on the show rather than a still like this. Obviously, I've seen some people calling it Megamind and stuff, or the suit like Megamind. I don't necessarily agree with it. I just think it's a bit thick in some areas, like maybe it's because it's obviously a helmet, and we've seen that it is a helmet from set. So that's my only issue with it. Apparently, it's getting a change up, in some part of the early part of the season. When that happens, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. But yeah, it does look a tiny bit thick. That's my only criticism about it. But the rest of the suit, like the body, looks awesome. Especially they do have that that CGI effect going on all the time. I just realized I just realized I was wearing this, but I knew I was wearing it anyway. But I guess it's fitting. But I'm wearing the Flash sweater. But I think it looks pretty cool. The Flash suit, obviously the Arrow suit is like, I think that's a still shot. That's like a promo shot they used multiple times last season for Arrow, and Supergirl's got the same suit. I wouldn't mind Supergirl getting a new suit, and we don't know what Oliver's going to be doing because I don't think they reveal a new Green Arrow suit before Oliver's confirmed to get out of prison. So he might get a new suit or like a bit of a change up. Who knows what they'll do? But I guess the main thing to focus on from this little reveal is obviously the dates, and of course a better look at the Flash's suit, which yeah, I think looks pretty cool. But as I said, in regards to the headpiece, I know people are going to call him Megamind and whatever thing they want to call him. But I'd rather see it, or wait until see it's in motion before I fully judge it. But I still like it. I still really, really like it. I'm sure most of you guys do as well. Now, obviously, there's a big, well, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. There's no Legends on this poster. So they did confirm that Legends would not have an episode in this crossover. And essentially, Katie Lotz a while ago confirmed that Legends wouldn't be in the crossover at all. So there were some people that still didn't know that, which I understand because it wasn't like a massive thing that was talked about. It was always mentioned in passing. They didn't really make a proper statement about it. So there would be still a lot of people that are sort of like shocked and like confused as to why Legends isn't on this poster and doesn't have an episode. So from what I heard, it's just... So I heard some people say it's scheduling. I don't think it's scheduling because they can. This is months in advance. They can arrange around that. It's more the fact that they didn't want so many people coming to the show. So I think with the crossover, basically what you see on this poster is what's going to be in the crossover. Obviously with Batwoman as well. So you're going to have Flash, Green Arrow, Supergirl, and Batwoman, and you might get in like the Flash episode, you might get some of their members like calling in or making little cameo appearances, and then the Arrow episode you have Felicity Diggle, maybe some others showing up. And then in Supergirl, you might have Alex Danvers or Brainiac or Guardian or something in like showing up every now and then, or just for like a short appearance. But I think for the most part, like 90% of the crossover, I think I'd hope that's the case though. For like 90% of the crossover, just these characters we see on this poster along with Batwoman, who we're dealing with in the crossover. Like, because it's meant to be much smaller, much more grounded, much more Arrow in tone and feel. Which is going to be weird how they incorporate Flash and Supergirl into it to begin with, because, well, they're much different because they have powers and one's an alien, so how they incorporate that's going to be interesting. I guess it matters who the villain is, obviously that's a big thing. But I'm excited to see how they handle this crossover, because you expect them, okay, they got Flash and Supergirl, they have to do some massive spectacle, like Crisis on Earth X or Invasion. But if they nail this and they make it good, entertaining, it doesn't have to be like mind-blowing, because, well, it's hard to when it's all grounded. But if it's just really well done, it's just really enjoyable to watch, then it proves for further crossovers in the future you don't have to do like a crisis level event or some sort of alien invasion or go to another planet or something to do the crossover. They can just do something like this and still make it work. And especially when you just have this core group of characters, I think it's much easier to film as well. But yeah, I'm liking what's coming up. You know, it's going to be its own like individual week. You're not going to have like the random mid-season finale after, which has always felt weird in previous seasons. They have the crossover in episode 8, then the episode after the like big event, you have a mid-season finale for all the shows, and they don't even mention the crossover, which is always really weird. So I think this is the way to do it in the future. I think for future years and future crossovers, they should just do episode 1 to 8, then have the crossover in episode 9, and then we're on break until like late January. I think they come back over Christmas and the New Year and stuff like that. They have that big break. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. Flash costume looks pretty good. All we just need now is that first look at Ruby Rose as Batwoman, and I think we're basically fully on hyped for the crossover until we get a trailer for it, I guess. But yeah. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like and show your support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions. You excited for the crossover? What do you think of the, this better look at the Flash suit? Mainly the best thing you get to look at is just some CGI on it, as well as maybe the helmet as well. But yeah, just let me know all of your general opinions in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.